Hello everyone, and thank you for joining. My name is Dave Milray and I am the Central District Sales Manager for American Film and Machinery as well as Eastie Enterprises. Today we're going to be talking about our LX-100 full body shrink sleeve label applicator alongside our ES-200 dry heat tunnel. This is a solution that we're seeing an increased amount of in the field and we're really excited to bring to you. So I'm going to start out talking a little bit about what a shrink sleeve label is and what this specific unit is going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the work button and show you a couple different ideas of how we can work with this machine. So as you see, we're going to hit a moving target, and now I'm going to stop the timing screw. Okay? Again, this is really just for demonstration purposes to show you what a shrink sleeve label is. So what a shrink sleeve label is it's a replacement for pre-printed containers as well as pressure sensitive labels, and it gives you the ability to have 360 degrees of marketing and graphics on your container. So again, we're going to take a blank can or a blank bottle, whatever it may be, a sleeve that is custom to your container, and we're going to apply it. Once it passes through our heat source, we are going to end up with a fully shrunk product that looks similar to this. So again, really cool technology that we're working with here that we're seeing grow out in the marketplace at a rapid rate. So I'm going to put this back and I'm going to walk you through a few of the features that we have with our LX-100. So the LX-100 is our middle of the road model. So anything that's going under 80 to 100 pieces per minute is going to be right in this thing's wheelhouse. We have units that get up to 300, we have units that get up to 500, but this is going to be your entry level unit with the LX-100. As you can see, it's a little bit bare bones in comparison to some of our other units, but I think that that's an added value. The simplicity of this unit and the compact frame that it comes in is definitely something that's going to be appeasing to end users, to production floor managers, to whoever it may be, to make sure that we can get a really effective solution in a small footprint. So as you can see, we have the film unwind attached to the machine. That's nice because anywhere the machine goes, the film unwind will also be going. What we can do here is we can load the film. We will be taking the film from a roll stock, as you're seeing there, and creating an individual impression. The film is going to be threaded through our dancer bar system, which is going to create tension. It's going to keep that film taut as it's running through the machine, similar to all of our other AFM applicators. It's going to top, and the film is going to be threaded through. What I like about this is that it's all accessible right here. So I could push this up against a wall in theory and load the film, be able to run full bore. So again, I am going to hit the stop button on this, okay? We're going to open this up and we're going to take a look inside of the hood. A few things that I like about this unit is that it comes standard with a handful of components. The most important of those components is going to be our mandrel. Now this is a bullet style mandrel. As you can see, to continue with the film path, we are going to be opened over a fin. And now I'm going to show you a demonstration of a sample of what that fin looks like. So if you could imagine, you take that film off, here's the naked mandrel. That film is going to be opened up on the fin here. It's going to drive down. There's going to be a series of drive rollers and components within the mandrel that's really going to help that film travel and transverse down the mandrel. Now if you get down here, this is where a lot of the magic happens, okay? We are going to use 6 independent blades to cut this. They're going to be rotating in synchronization, and it's going to create that cut that is going to be specific to the label. I should note we build mandrels and we base our projects off of the size of the label. So the containers may be different. The real driving force for this is going to be that label size for the mandrel, and we'll take that into account and then we'll go from there. So alongside the mandrel, you're going to get a cutting assembly. Now the cutting assembly, as I said earlier, are the 6 blades that are going to rotate, and it's going to create that cut band, that individual impression. These blades are going to spin in synchronization to create that effect. The force that's being driven from the next band is going to suspend the following container and drive it onto the product. Okay, before we get into our demonstration, there are 2 pieces that I would like to note that are also included. We get the mandrel, we get the timing screw, we get the cutting assembly. You also get a timing screw assembly, which is going to space your containers appropriately for maximum uptime. The final piece that's going to be included is our label brush down system. Now the label brush down system is a critical piece of this project, and it ensures that that label is going to be sitting flush with the conveyor for perfect placement every single time. Okay, so again, the pieces that are going to be included, you're going to have the unwind attached to the machine. You're going to receive a mandrel, a cutting assembly, as well as a timing screw device. So I'm going to hit play here, and we're going to watch a couple go. So as you see, that label is built specifically to this container to allow for perfect shrink, or perfect application. If you see it bouncing, that means that the sizing is right on. It's clearing the container, it's hitting the conveyor, and it's going. You see the label brush down that's going to drop everything into the right spot. And it's going to start traveling through our ES series tunnel. So if you see here, what we're left with is a full shrink, right? So this looks great. This is something that we want. So let's get into that a little bit more with the tunnel in general. What tunnel are we looking at here? This is our ES-200 series tunnel. This is a dry heat tunnel. Typically with a fully printed container, we're going to want to see steam with it. But if steam isn't acceptable in the plant, in the facility, wherever it may be, this ES-200 is a great solution to swap out the steam and add electric heat for a similar shrink. Now, to get the correct shrink on a full printed band, with a can that's empty, we're able to get away with one of these. Let's say we want to get to a larger container, we may need 1, 2, 3 of these ES-200 tunnels back to back to back to create that effect that we're going to need for the perfect shrink. Now, each tunnel in that situation will serve its own purpose. The first may be warming up the label, the second may be warming up the container, and the third one is where the shrink is going to happen. It's a fine dance between pressure, speed, and heat, and we really want to make sure that we take that into account when we're looking at projects like this. So again, our ES-200 tunnel is very, very simple. If you want to take a look inside of here, here's a couple features that I really like of this. The feature that I really like about this is the adjustability to it, the customization. So we have manifolds on each side that are easily adjustable to customize your airflow. So if you need to have more shrink at the top or you need to have more shrink at the bottom, these holes can be plugged, they can be opened by simply pulling this out with a tool that's included with the machine to customize exactly what we're doing. So if we have a trigger bottle where we need to have more shrink towards the top and the neck, or if we have a protein powder that has more shrink at the top with a tamper evident feature, this tunnel is going to allow you to do that. So right now, a couple of the places where we're really seeing success with this are the craft beer industry. I think that this solution specifically is a craft brewer's dream or a co-packer's dream because it's going to allow you for a lot of flexibility in terms of the applicator with different mandrels to match different containers, as well as multiple SKUs and different types of film to run the same product. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us on the web at www.afmsleeves.com. And myself or one of my counterparts throughout the rest of the country will be sure to follow up with the correct solution. Thanks again for watching.